Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. In Dusseldorf on Saturday, 42 seniors were left stranded after their bus driver reached his maximum allowed of driving time, got up and walked away, leaving a bus full of seniors stranded on the Autobahn. This photo is actually exactly the opposite of what it looked like. Just imagine these seats are filled with angry, hungry seniors. Because did I mention, his greatest crime was actually that he didn't stop at a single rest stop with food the entire day. So all of these seniors were extremely hungry. Don't worry. The Red Cross, seems completely unnecessary. The Red Cross came and had to rescue these seniors on the Autobahn, and they brought food and drink. That's a happy ending if I ever heard of one. This could never happen in America. First of all, bus drivers don't have any rights. Second of all, there's no buses. On to, should I play the music again? On to Dusseldorf. Didn't I say the last one was Dusseldorf? No. That was Stuttgart. In Dusseldorf, meanwhile, 93 giant snails were discovered in a shipment from Nigeria at the airport. Apparently, a snail had escaped and left a suspicious trail of slime. Here's what they looked like. The biggest mystery is why this is illegal in the first place. Apparently, some of these snails are half a foot tall, which I don't know if there's a mistranslation here. 20 centimeters high. I don't know how big these buckets are. I mean, if these are 20 centimeters high, if these are half a feet, then this is a big bucket. You know, this bucket is 2 feet long. That's incredible. Now, why you would smuggle these into Germany and why that's illegal. Oh, apparently the smuggler now has to deal with proceedings for violations of veterinary regulations and animal protection laws. Let's see if we've got any more photos. There we go. There's a German man for scale. I was going to make a joke about 6 inches and, you know, how I would or wouldn't know if that was 6 inches long. I wonder if, is 20 centimeters the type of joke you would make that with in Germany? Like, haha, she'd know if that was 20 centimeters. If that snail right there was 20 centimeters, I could ask my girlfriend. Or do you guys just not make jokes like that? Is that a uniquely American thing? Anyway, to be honest, I'd say that snail is about 14 centimeters tall, which is still very impressive. This could be a small German man, though. I have no way of knowing. Those are big snails, I will say that. What an incredible use of Germany's resources, I will say. Look how proudly he's taking a photo here with these snails caught illegally smuggling all the way from Nigeria. Guys, tragically, apparently not all of the snails survived. Honestly, I'm shocked any snails survived a trip from Nigeria to Germany in a container. Honestly, remarkable. A single giant snail survived, so I'm flipping that around. It's amazing. Some of the snails did survive. Apparently, there was also 28 kilograms of mixed fish and meat smoked pieces, as well as a suitcase with meat that already had hundreds of maggots in it. So if you hear about COVID 2023 or some kind of future pandemic, we already know the source. It says the snails are not a protected species, but they still must abide by veterinary regulations, which is, you know, that's probably a good thing. I do think it should be illegal to sell meat with maggots in it and giant snails that are still alive, all the way from Nigeria, to be eaten. in Germany. That's disgusting.
Never in the history of Dusseldorf customs has a slime trail led us to smuggled goods.
A badass granny from Augsburg tricked a fraudster. But did I mention she's 101 years old? She tricked a fraudster by bringing a bag of toilet paper to the meeting point that the fraudster thought was filled with gold and cash. Absolute best feel-good story of the day if I ever heard one myself, folks. There's nothing we can all unite as a world human species more than behind saying that people who try to scam the elderly are the scum of the earth. So this is the greatest story I've ever heard in my life. This woman right here, she's an absolute genius. Now, apparently, the fraudster called and said they were her granddaughter and that she needed $40,000 after an accident, which is pretty bold. You know, I'm starting to think maybe Granny didn't have a Margaret. Maybe Margaret didn't have a granddaughter. That might have been the first tip that this was a fraud. But she ended up stalling them out for 4 hours while on the phone with the scammer. Contacted police, got her neighbor, came up with all these lies about, apparently she's an amazing performer, telling all these lies about how she's gathering all the cash. Meanwhile, she was shoving toilet paper in her bag. This is an awesome story. I love to hear it. And in all the excitement, she forgot her own walker, and she still managed to catch the thief. That's embarrassing for you, fraudster. That's it for this week in German news, offbeat news. Let me know if you guys already heard those stories, or if I was the first one to bring them to you. That would be pretty special, wouldn't it? All the way from over here in Indiana. Breaking the news to people in Germany. And thank you to the people who sent in those articles. Rebecca, Felix, and Kevin. Those are excellent. And I did get some other ones from Indy and Nana. Some YouTube videos. One of them was a realer Earson. This one about the granny sounds like not the granny, the snails. That would make for a good episode on realer Earson, wouldn't it? Actually, the bus driver. All of these would make for a good story, but the bus driver, that's the one. Make that into a realer Earson. Anyway, Indy sent in a really Earson clip. I'll probably watch that tomorrow or something. Anyway, thank you for sending those in. Link me some local news stories, guys, if you feel like it. Or just some other videos for me to react to. With the forums down below, if you want to. Thank you for watching. You guys are the best. I'll see you tomorrow.